focus in. If you want to take your life to the next level, you've got to understand something critical. Everything that's happening in your life right now is your responsibility. Winners don't waste time blaming other people or circumstances. They don't point fingers at their parents, their boss, the economy, or the government. Instead, they look in the mirror and say, it's on me. That's where real power comes from, because the moment you take full responsibility, you realize you're in control of your destiny. When you blame others, you're giving away your power. Think about it. Every time you say it's not my fault or it's because of them, you're saying I'm helpless and someone else has control over my life. Winners know better. They understand that when you stop blaming, you stop being the victim. You take back control. You say, I'm where I am because of the choices I've made, and if I don't like where I am, I can change it. The reality is the story you're telling yourself about why things aren't working is just that, a story. It's an excuse that you've bought into, but it's not the truth. The truth is you have the ability to change that story right now. If you keep telling yourself you're stuck because the circumstances outside your control, guess what? You'll stay stuck. But when you start telling yourself, I'm in control, I can make different choices, I can take new actions, you become unstoppable. You've got to understand that life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Every challenge, every obstacle, every setback is an opportunity for growth. The moment you take ownership of everything in your life, including the hard parts, you'll find that those challenges are actually stepping stones to becoming the person you need to be to succeed. Winners don't see problems, they see possibilities. If you want results, you need to take extreme ownership. That means no more excuses, no more complaints, and no more waiting for someone else to fix things for you. It's about saying, I'm responsible and I'm going to make things happen. You don't wait for the perfect circumstances or the perfect timing, you create them. That's what winners do. They know that taking ownership is the key to unlocking their potential and creating the life they truly want. So starting today, stop blaming, stop making excuses, and take charge of your life. Everything you want is within your reach, but only if you step up, take full responsibility, and start making decisions from a place of power. You are the creator of your destiny, and the sooner you own that, the sooner you'll start seeing the results you've been dreaming of. Let's get one thing straight, pain is inevitable. Every single one of us experiences it, whether it's emotional, physical, or mental. But the difference between winners and everyone else is how they use that pain. Most people try to avoid pain, they run from it, they numb themselves, they make excuses, or they let it paralyze them, but not winners. Winners understand that pain is a gift if you know how to use it. It's the fire that can fuel your growth, your strength, and your hunger to succeed. Pain is a signal. It's your body and mind telling you that something needs to change. You can choose to ignore it, but that doesn't make it go away. Or you can embrace it and ask yourself the most important question, how can I use this? Winners don't just endure pain, they leverage it. They turn their setbacks into comebacks. They take that hurt, that frustration, that disappointment, and they channel it into something powerful. That's the key, using pain as a driving force instead of a roadblock. When you feel pain, it's easy to get caught up in the emotions, anger, sadness, regret. But what if you could take that same energy and flip it? What if you could turn your pain into your greatest motivator? Winners don't see pain as the end, they see it as the beginning of something new. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. It's an opportunity to grow, to evolve, to push beyond your limits. The more pain you face, the stronger you become, because pain reveals your resilience. You've got to reframe your relationship with pain. Stop running from it and start seeing it as a tool for transformation. Think about it, some of the most successful people in the world have gone through the most intense struggles. They didn't let that break them. Instead, they let it fuel them. They let it push them to reach levels they never thought possible. And you can do the same. Your pain isn't there to hold you back, it's there to propel you forward. The more you lean into it, the more power you'll gain. Here's the truth, pain is part of life, but suffering is a choice. Winners understand this. They don't dwell in the pain, they don't let it define them, they use it. Every painful experience is a lesson. a stepping stone to something greater. So next time you're facing pain, don't ask why me, ask how can I grow from this? That's the mindset of a winner. When you make the decision to leverage your pain, you take control of your life in a whole new way. You're no longer a victim of circumstances, you're the architect of your future. And the more you embrace that pain, the more unstoppable you become. It's not about avoiding pain, it's about using it to become the strongest, most powerful version of yourself. Because your emotional state controls everything. How you feel in any given moment shapes how you think, how you act, and ultimately what results you get in life. Most people think their state is something that just happens to them like the weather. If it's a bad day, they're in a bad mood. If things are going well, they're happy. But winners don't live that way. They master their state. They know that if they can control their state, they can control their outcomes. It's the difference between reacting to life and creating your life. See, every decision you make, every challenge you face is influenced by your emotional and physical state. When you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, it's easy to make bad decisions, to feel stuck, or to lose momentum. But when you're in a peak state, when you're energized, focused, and determined, you're unstoppable. Winners understand this and they use it to their advantage. They condition themselves to be in a peak state on demand. They don't wait for the perfect moment, they create it by mastering their emotions and physiology. It all starts with your body. How you move, how you breathe, how you stand. These things have a direct impact on how you feel. Think about it when you're feeling down, your shoulders slump, your breathing gets shallow, and your energy drops. But when you stand tall, take deep breaths, and move with energy, everything changes. Your confidence goes up, your focus sharpens, and your mind becomes clear. That's the power of physiology. Winners use their body to change their state in an instant. They don't wait for motivation, they create it through movement and power. But it's not just your body, it's your mind too. What you focus on determines how you feel. If you're constantly thinking about what's going wrong, about the challenges, about the things that aren't working, guess what? You're going to feel defeated, anxious, or stressed. But if you shift your focus to what you can control, to the opportunities in front of you, to the actions you can take right now, everything changes. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. But it can also be your greatest enemy unless you take control of it. As winners train their minds to focus on solutions, not problems. They direct their energy toward what they want to achieve, not what they fear might happen. They use empowering questions, like what's the next best move I can make? Or how can I turn this situation into a win? This shift in focus changes everything. It pulls them out of fear and into action. And the more they control their focus, the more they control their life. Mastering your state isn't something that just happens once. It's something you have to condition yourself to do every day. Winners don't leave their state to chance, they design it. They use rituals, habits, and strategies to ensure that no matter what's happening around them, they stay in a peak state. They train themselves to bounce back quickly from setbacks, to find energy when it's needed most, and to stay mentally sharp no matter the circumstances. The truth is, life is unpredictable, challenges will come, setbacks will happen, but the one thing you always have control over is your state. And when you master that, you master your life. The ability to shift your state, to go from feeling powerless to powerful in an instant, is one of the greatest skills a winner can have. It's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. You control your state and you control your destiny. Let me tell you something, problems are a gift. Most people see problems as something to avoid, something to complain about, or something that holds them back. But winners, they see problems as opportunities in disguise. They know that every obstacle, every setback, every challenge is actually a chance to grow stronger, to get better, and to prove what they're made of. The difference between success and failure often comes down to one thing: how you perceive and handle problems. The truth is, you're always going to face challenges. Life is never going to be smooth sailing all the time. But the moment you shift your mindset and stop seeing problems as something negative, everything changes. Winners don't say, "Why is this happening to me?" They say, "What's the opportunity here? How can I turn this problem into a solution?" They reframe the situation and immediately start looking for ways to use it to their advantage. That's how winners think, and that's why they keep rising no matter what comes their way. Here's the secret: problems force you to grow. If everything was easy all the time, you'd never get stronger, smarter, and more resilient. It's the challenges that push you to dig deep, to develop new skills, and to rise to a higher level. When you embrace problems, you stop being afraid of them, you stop avoiding them. Instead, you see them as stepping stones on the path to success. Winners know that on the other side of every problem is a breakthrough, but only if you face it head on. Think about it, the most successful people in the world have all faced massive problems. They didn't succeed because they had an easy path, they succeeded because they learned how to turn problems into opportunities. It's the mindset of a winner. They understand that problems are part of the process, not something to be feared. And the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. The key is to stay calm, stay focused, and immediately start looking for the lesson, the opportunity, or the next step forward. The reason so many people stay stuck is because they let their problems control them. They let fear, doubt, and frustration take over. But winners don't let their emotions rule them. They stay focused on solutions. And they know that every problem has a solution if you're willing to look for it. And that's the difference. Winners don't dwell on the problem, they move straight into problem-solving mode. They take action. They keep moving forward no matter how tough things get. When you change the way you look at problems, you change your entire life. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you feel empowered. Instead of feeling defeated, you feel challenged. And challenges are what winners thrive on. Every time you face a problem and overcome it, you get stronger, more confident, and more prepared for the next one. That's how you build momentum. And that's how you create success. So stop fearing problems. Stop avoiding them. Start embracing them. Every problem you face is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to innovate, an opportunity to become better than you were before. And winners know this, and that's why they don't run from problems, they run toward them. They see problems as a chance to step up, take control, and prove to themselves in the world that they can handle anything. Change your mindset, and you'll change your reality. Problems aren't here to stop you, they're here to elevate you. Once you see them for what they truly are, there's nothing that can hold you back. Every problem is a new door waiting to be opened. And behind that door is the next level of your success. Fear is something we all experience, but here's the difference between winners and everyone else. Winners don't let fear stop them. They face it, they lean into it. They understand that fear is nothing more than a signal, a challenge to step up, to grow, and to break through to the next level. Most people let fear control them, dictate their actions, and keep them stuck. But winners, they use fear as fuel. They know that on the other side of fear is everything they've ever wanted. Here's the reality: fear is always going to be there. It never goes away completely, but what matters is how you respond to it. Are you going to let it paralyze you, or are you going to use it as a trigger to take massive action? Winners make a decision every single day. They refuse to let fear run the show. Instead, they run toward the fear because they know that facing it is where the magic happens. Every time you confront your fear, you expand your comfort zone and you become more powerful. The thing about fear is that it's often a story we tell ourselves. We imagine the worst case scenario, we focus on what could go wrong, and we magnify the risks in our minds. But the truth is, most of the things we fear never even happen. Fear is a liar. It's a mental construct that's meant to protect us. But it often holds us back from achieving greatness. Winners recognize this, and they challenge those stories. They don't let fear dictate their decisions. Instead, they take control of their minds and shift their focus to what's possible, not what could go wrong. Every time you feel fear, it's an opportunity. Fear shows you where you need to grow. It's like a compass pointing you toward the areas of your life that need attention. Winners understand this. They don't see fear as a barrier. They see it as a guide. If something scares you, it means it's important to you. It means it's an area where you have room to expand, to push yourself, and to elevate your life. The bigger the fear, the bigger the opportunity for growth. But here's the key: you can't just think your way out of fear. You have to act your way out of it. Winners take action in the face of fear. They know that the longer you wait, the bigger the fear becomes. So they move fast, they don't hesitate, they don't overthink. They just take the next step no matter how small. Because once you start moving, fear loses its power. Action is the antidote to fear. The more you act, the more momentum you build, and before you know it, the fear that once seemed so big is now behind you. The truth is, everything you want is on the other side of fear. The life you dream of, the success you crave, the impact you want to make, it's all waiting for you, but you have to go through the fear to get there. Winners don't let fear stop them because they know that facing their fears is the only way to grow. And the more you face your fears, the more fearless you become. You build confidence. You build strength. You become the kind of person who can handle anything that comes their way. Fear is a natural part of the journey, but it doesn't have to control your destiny. Winners choose to see fear as an ally, a signal that they're pushing their limits and expanding their potential. They know that fear is a part of growth, not a reason to stop. So the next time you feel fear creeping in, remember this. It's not a stop sign, it's a green light. It's telling you to go, to move forward, to rise to the challenge. So when you make the decision to face your fears instead of running from them, you open the door to a whole new level of success. You stop letting fear dictate your actions, and you start creating your own path. Winners know that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite it. And when you live that way, there's nothing you can't achieve. So embrace your fear and use it as a stepping stone to your next victory. Let's be clear, comfort is the enemy of progress. Most people live their lives avoiding discomfort, seeking security, and staying within the boundaries of what feels familiar, but that's not where growth happens. Winners know that if you want to achieve extraordinary results, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to push yourself beyond what you think is possible, because that's where the real breakthroughs occur. The problem with comfort is that it feels good at first. It gives you a sense of safety, of predictability. But over time, comfort becomes a cage that limits you. It keeps you playing small. Winners understand that discomfort is a sign that they're stretching themselves, that they're moving into new territory where growth is possible. They embrace it. They seek it out because they know that comfort zones are where dreams go to die. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that truly scared you? Something that made you uncomfortable? If you can't remember, then you're not growing. Growth requires stepping into the unknown, taking risks, and facing uncertainty. It's uncomfortable, it's scary, and that's exactly why most people avoid it. But winners see discomfort as the price of admission for success. They know that if they want to level up, they have to do things that challenge them, things that force them to expand their capacity. Discomfort isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's the signal that you're pushing your limits, that you're evolving into the person you need to become to achieve your goals. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, you build resilience, you build strength, and you expand what you're capable of. The more you do it, the more you realize that discomfort is temporary, but the rewards are lasting. Winners chase those rewards by continuously challenging themselves to grow. Most people wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect feeling before they take action. But winners know that waiting for comfort is a trap. They take action now, even when it feels uncomfortable. They know that growth doesn't happen when things are easy, it happens when things are hard. That's when you build the mental and emotional muscles needed to handle bigger challenges, bigger opportunities, and bigger successes. Discomfort is the training ground for greatness. It's easy to stay where you are. It's easy to settle for good enough, but winners don't settle. They know that the path to extraordinary results is paved with moments of discomfort, with challenges that test them, and with situations that force them to rise to the occasion. They understand that if they're not uncomfortable, they're not growing. And if they're not growing, they're dying. That's the mindset of a winner. They're always looking for ways to stretch themselves, to do what others won't, and to face the discomfort head on. Here's the beauty of it. The more you embrace discomfort, the more comfortable you become with it. You start to crave it. You start to crave it. You start to seek out new challenges because you know that's where the breakthroughs happen. Discomfort becomes your new normal. And that's when you realize that nothing is truly out of your reach. The more you push yourself, the more you realize how powerful you really are. The truth is, everything you want lies just outside your comfort zone. The career, the relationships, the success, the impact, it's all waiting for you on the other side of your fears, your doubts, and your discomfort. Winners understand this, and that's why they live on the edge of their comfort zone, constantly pushing themselves to be more, do more, and achieve more. So don't run from discomfort. Don't avoid it. Seek it out. Embrace it. Because the more uncomfortable you get, the more you'll grow. Yes. And the more you grow, the more unstoppable you become. If you want to achieve anything meaningful in life, you've got to master one fundamental principle. Consistency is key. It's not about doing things once in a while or when you feel like it. It's about showing up every single day, whether you're motivated or not. Winners understand that real success doesn't come from bursts of effort, it comes from consistent action over time. They know that even small, seemingly insignificant actions repeated consistently can create massive results. Most people start strong, they're excited, they're motivated, they have big dreams and ambitions. But after a few days or weeks, they lose that spark. They get distracted, they face setbacks, or they simply lose interest. But that's not how winners operate. Winners know that true progress comes from doing the hard work, even when you don't feel like it. They don't rely on motivation, they rely on their commitment to their goals. They understand that consistency is what separates the average from the extraordinary. Consistency builds momentum. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you're moving the needle forward. It might not always feel like you're making progress in the moment, but over time, those small actions compound. Winners know that it's not about making huge leaps every day, it's about making steady, continuous progress. That's how you build momentum. And momentum is what carries you through the tough times, when motivation fades and the challenges mount. Consistency also builds discipline. It's easy to take action when you're feeling good, when everything is going your way. But the real test comes when things get tough, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when life throws obstacles in your path. Winners don't quit when it gets hard. They push through, they stay consistent. They know that discipline is the muscle that gets stronger every time you choose to keep going, even when you don't want to. And the stronger that muscle gets, the more unstoppable you become. Most people overestimate what they can do in a short period of time and underestimate what they can achieve through consistent action over the long term. Winners play the long game. They're not looking for quick wins or overnight success, they're focused on long-term mastery. They understand that success is built brick by brick, day by day through relentless consistency. They don't get distracted by shiny objects or quick fixes. They stay focused on their path, knowing that consistency is what leads to lasting results. Consistency also builds trust. It builds trust in yourself and it builds trust with others. When you show up consistently, you prove to yourself that you're capable of sticking to your commitments. That's how you build confidence, by doing what you say you're going to do, day in and day out. And when you consistently show up for others, whether in your relationships, your business, or your community, you build credibility. People know they can count on you. And that's powerful. But here's the thing, consistency isn't always glamorous. It's not always exciting. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it feels like you're going through the motions. But that's where the magic happens. Winners embrace the process. They don't just focus on the outcome, they fall in love with the grind, with the daily habits that lead to success. They know that if they stay consistent, the results will come. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The truth is, anyone can be consistent when it's easy, but winners stay consistent when it's hard. They understand that greatness is built in the moments when no one is watching, when the excitement is worn off, and when the only thing keeping you going is your commitment to your goals. That's what separates the top 1% from everyone else. They do the work day in and day out, no matter what. So if you want to win, if you want to create lasting success, you have to commit to being consistent. You have to show up every day with intention and purpose. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. Because the most powerful force in the world is the compound effect of consistent action. And once you master that, there's nothing you can't achieve. Success leaves clues. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure it all out on your own. The fastest way to get where you want to go is to find someone who's already done it and model their behavior, their strategies, and their mindset. Winners understand that success is a science and they study it. They seek out mentors, they follow role models, and they surround themselves with people who are already playing at the level they aspire to reach. Here's the truth: success is predictable. It's not based on luck or chance, it's based on patterns. And those patterns have been followed by every successful person in history. If you want to be a winner, you've got to study those patterns and apply them to your own life. Winners don't waste time trying to figure everything out from scratch. They learn from the best. They model the strategies that have already been proven to work, and they make them their own. Modeling is one of the most powerful tools you can use to shortcut your path to success. It's about looking at someone who has the results you want and asking, what are they doing differently? How do they think? What actions do they take consistently? It's about dissecting their approach and applying it to your own journey. Winners don't just admire successful people, they model them. They pay attention to the details, the habits, and the mindset that set them apart, and they implement those things in their own lives. But modeling isn't about copying someone else. It's about taking the principles and strategies that work and adapting them to your unique situation. Winners know that they don't have to be exactly like their role models, they just have to follow the blueprint. They take what works, personalize it, and use it to accelerate their growth. This is how you collapse time. This is how you achieve results faster than you ever thought possible by standing on the shoulders of giants. Because one of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to do everything on their own. They think they have to struggle to figure it all out through trial and error. But winners know that the smart approach is to leverage the knowledge, experience, and wisdom of those who've already walked the path. Why spend years learning through failure when you can model the strategies that are already proven to work? Winners seek out mentors, they invest in learning, and they surround themselves with people who can show them the way. But modeling isn't just about strategies, it's about mindset. Winners don't just study what successful people do, they study how successful people think. They learn to adopt the same beliefs, attitudes, and mental frameworks that drive success. If you model someone's mindset, you're more likely to get their results. Because success isn't just about action, it's about how you approach life, how you deal with challenges, and how you stay focused on your goals no matter what. The reality is, success leaves a trail. Every great achievement has been built on certain principles that can be learned, duplicated, and applied to your own life. Winners understand that success is a formula, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to learn that formula and apply it. They read books, they attend seminars, they ask questions, and they never stop learning. They know that every bit of knowledge, every new insight is a tool they can use to level up. But here's the key, it's not enough to just know what successful people do. You have to do it. Winners don't just learn, they apply, they take action. They implement the strategies they've learned, they adopt the habits of their role models, and they stay committed to the process. Knowledge without action is useless. What separates winners from everyone else is their willingness to apply what they've learned consistently until they see results. So if you want to succeed, don't waste time trying to figure everything out on your own. Find the people who have already achieved what you want and model them. Study their actions, their mindset, and their strategies, and use that knowledge to fuel your own success. Winners understand that the path to greatness has already been paved, you just have to follow it. And when you do, you'll find that success comes faster, easier, and more predictably than you ever thought possible. Here's a truth bomb: your environment shapes your destiny. The people you surround yourself with, the places you spend your time, and the messages you consume all have a profound impact on your mindset and your results. If you want to achieve extraordinary things, you have to create an environment that supports your goals. Winners understand this principle, and they take it seriously. They know that to elevate their lives, they must elevate their environments. Think about it: when you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, and pessimism, how do you feel? You feel stuck, you feel limited. But when you surround yourself with positivity, inspiration, and people who challenge you to be better, you can't help but rise to the occasion. Your environment acts like a magnet, pulling you toward its energy. Winners deliberately curate their environments to reflect their aspirations, and they remove anything that doesn't serve their vision of success. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's a powerful truth. If you want to soar, you need to surround yourself with people who are flying high. Winners seek out mentors, coaches, and like-minded individuals who inspire them to reach for greatness. They know that their success is often a reflection of the people they choose to be around. It's not just about the quantity of relationships, it's about the quality. But it doesn't stop there. Winners also understand that they have to be proactive about shaping their environments. It's not enough to just wait for inspiration to strike, you have to create it. This means filling your space with reminders of your goals, surrounding yourself with books that ignite your passion, and seeking out experiences that push you outside of your comfort zone. Your environment should be a constant source of motivation and empowerment. Another crucial aspect is your digital environment. In today's world, you have access to an endless stream of information and inspiration at your fingertips. But that also means you have to be mindful of what you're consuming. Winners filter out negativity, limit exposure to toxic influences, and seek out content that uplifts and educates them. They curate their social media feeds, choose podcasts that inspire them, and fill their minds with positive, empowering messages. What you consume shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your reality. And let's not forget about the physical environment. The space where you work, live, and create should be a reflection of the life you want to lead. If you're surrounded by clutter, chaos, or anything that doesn't resonate with your goals, it's time to make a change. Winners create environments that energize and inspire them. They design spaces that are conducive to productivity, creativity, and focus. Your environment should support your ambitions, not hinder them. It's one of the most powerful ways to elevate your environment is through accountability. When you surround yourself with others who are on a similar journey, you create a powerful dynamic that encourages growth. Winners form accountability groups, join mastermind teams, and find partners who challenge them to stay on track. This is where the magic happens when you have people who are committed to their own success and who hold you accountable for yours. You create an unstoppable force. Now let's be real sometimes. Changing your environment can be uncomfortable. It can mean letting go of relationships that no longer serve you or stepping away from familiar surroundings. But winners understand that growth often requires discomfort. They're willing to make those tough choices because they know the value of surrounding themselves with the right people and influences. They're committed to their growth, and they know that sometimes that means stepping out of what's comfortable. So in the end, you have the power to design your environment. You can choose who you spend time with, what you consume, and how you create your physical space. By being intentional about your environment, you set yourself up for success. You create a foundation that supports your goals and fuels your ambition. So take a look around you. What does your environment say about your aspirations? Are you surrounded by people and influences that lift you higher? If not, it's time to make some changes. Elevate your environment and you'll elevate your life. When you create a space that reflects your goals and aspirations, you'll find that success comes more naturally. Your environment is a powerful force, so make sure it's working for you, not against you. Winners know that when they control their environment, they control their destiny. And when you do that, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Let's dive into a game-changing concept, the power of giving back. Winners understand that true success isn't just about accumulating wealth, accolades, or status. It's about creating an impact, leaving a legacy, and lifting others along the way. When you embrace the mindset of giving, you unlock a whole new level of fulfillment and purpose in your life. It's about recognizing that your success is interconnected with the success of others, and when you help others rise, you elevate yourself in the process. Think about the most successful people in the world. They don't just hoard their resources or keep their knowledge to themselves. They share. They mentor. They invest in their communities. Winners know that the more you give, the more you receive, not just in material terms, but in fulfillment, joy, and connection. When you contribute to the lives of others, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own accomplishments. You become part of something bigger than yourself. Giving back can take many forms. It doesn't always have to mean donating money. It can also mean investing your time, sharing your expertise, or simply being there for someone who needs support. Winners recognize that every act of kindness, no matter how small, has the potential to create a profound impact. When you show up for others, you not only change their lives, but you also inspire them to do the same. This creates a culture of generosity, positivity, and growth that elevates everyone involved. It's one of the most powerful aspects of giving back is that it cultivates gratitude. When you help others, you're reminded of your own blessings. You develop a deeper appreciation for what you have, and that gratitude fuels your own happiness and motivation. Winners don't wait for success to give back. They give back as part of their success journey. They understand that when they help others achieve their dreams, they amplify their own sense of purpose and fulfillment. It's a win-win. But let's be honest, giving back can sometimes feel daunting. You might think, what can I do? I don't have enough time, money, or resources, but winners flip that script. They understand that it's not about how much you have to give, it's about the intention behind it. Every small action counts. Whether it's volunteering at a local charity, mentoring someone in your field, or simply spreading kindness in your everyday interactions, you have the power to make a difference. Every bit of effort matters. Moreover, giving back creates connections. When you reach out to help others, you build relationships that enrich your life. You meet like-minded individuals who share your values and aspirations, and those connections can lead to incredible opportunities. Winners know that the relationships you cultivate while giving back can open doors, create collaborations, and lead to unexpected growth. Your network expands, and so does your influence. Now, let's not forget the impact on your own mindset. When you give back, you shift your focus from self-interest to contribution. You start to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. This shift is incredibly powerful. When you believe that there's enough to go around, you become more open to opportunities. You attract positivity, and you start to see success in a whole new light. And here's the kicker: giving back reinforces your own commitment to your goals. When you help others pursue their dreams,